big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count up to 37.
Oh! This is where I think we're going to see the caution. Oh! Here comes Angela, though. He'll have the run. That car, the newest below the Double Yellow Cup Series champion. And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count up to 37.
Oh! Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Hello and welcome to the Below the Double Yellow Premier Series live tonight from Road America for Chase Race 4 of 8 here in the Martin Sports 100. Gonna be a good one here tonight, turning left and right. These drivers gonna show off all their skill sets here at this tricky, historic racetrack up in the Great North here. 30 laps tonight, 120 miles. My name's Adam Baker. I've got Alec Martinez in the booth with me here tonight. Alec, I don't know if you got some laps in out there. How are you feeling about these drivers here at the road course tonight?
I haven't really turned many laps here, but from what I did earlier this week, this track is challenging. I believe it's 2 miles around here. You're looking at a big track. I think it's the biggest track on the NASCAR circuit when we get to road courses. Such a big track, massive, so many turns. Actually, it's like a 3-mile road course.
4 miles.
4? Is it 4? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, it's exactly 4 miles. And let me tell you, this track, it's got its own challenges to it. It's such a demanding track, and especially for these next generation cars, which now that I say this, we only have 5 more races with them. And next year, for anybody who's looking forward to next year, will be the NASCAR Xfinity Series cars for the Below the Double Yellow Line Premier Series. So these cars are going to be going here for the next 5 races, and then we're off to, when we get to Daytona, it'll be the Xfinity cars. So that's going to be fun. And my last 5 races with you is, oh man.
My auto lost it out of the last corner there and broke the car, so he'll have to reset.
And it's a long lap.
Yeah, long qualifying session as well, so they're giving him more time to get 2 laps in, I believe.
Yeah.
But
and I'll tell you, like I said, this is going to be a challenge. Everyone, I know there's not too many guys, 13 guys here that I know of so far, but this track is a challenge. These cars are a challenge, and you know, we saw earlier this year at Road America, tire wear was big. It's not big, and I would not be surprised this race to see everybody not take tires this entire race. And I think we're going to see some interesting strategies. You know, road courses, they can always have some interesting strategies. We've got a stage that'll definitely make it interesting. No points, it's just to gather the field back together. But it's going to be interesting here, and I'll tell you who's been the fastest man in town, and it's that 17 car that we're looking at, that Atlas, black and red 17 Chevrolet Camaro. Adam Cabot has been on it, fastest in practice, and looking like he can turn a fast lap at qualifying. Takes a unique line, goes over and over the curb, and then cuts it back over the curb. Goes out and then in, and then gets a nice run off of turn 5 into turn 6 under the Corvette bridge. Messes up just a little bit there, but you got to be so perfect and neat in these cars. The timing line is at the start-finish line, so it's full lap. But I'll tell you, man, these cars are so hard to drive here, and there's so many more shifts with that extra 5th gear. You got to be so careful when you make your shifts and when you get back into the gasser, as they go through this long, winding right-hand carousel. So long, you got to wait so long to get back onto the gas, and then you can set up for the short straightaway. Then the kink, the famous kink at Road America, and then down the short chute into the Canada corners. You see here, he'll go through the kink, very tight but fast corner. Then down here, we go on board down this long straightaway here, as you can see right next to the wall here, and now he'll go downshifting, going from about 4th gear down to 3rd, down to 2nd, and then maybe even into 1st through Canada corner. A lot of sand up on the left side. If you get loose and spin in there, you're going to be stuck. And then you go here with this little quick these quick S's to left, and then slow it down to that billboard, and then take a nice ride into the long straightaway uphill, and then you're banging it, or you're going all the way up to 5th gear. And I'll tell you what, man, how about we give a shout out, and he just goes P1 on the board, Dennis Faircloth for right now. Yesterday's Contender Series winner, Dennis Faircloth, absolutely waxed the field yesterday in the Xfinity Series cars, as Ben Baffert goes up to the top. Cabot now to a 10th behind. But I'll tell you, Dennis Faircloth had a great run, and a shout out to him, and a big congratulations on getting his first ever BTDY win in any series. So that was awesome to see him finally get that win. And good play spoiler tonight.
Yeah, actually, his I think his first or second race here with the league a couple seasons back, or a few seasons back in the Cup cars, he ran with AJ Stravato at this place. They were 1-2 the whole time. He was the only one who could keep up. So obviously knows his way around Road America quite well, getting the victory last night over some tough contenders there in the Contender Series. But he'll look to go back-to-back here, currently 4th out of the 5 that have a lap time in. But we're going to wait for those times to roll in. We did want to take a look at the points here coming into the event tonight. So let's take a look at the standings. Bailey Turner ended up taking over the points lead from Keith Mayato in the last race. They had to do some recalculating with the points, and they found there was an error with the way it had been calculated before. But either way, Bailey Turner goes to the top of the standings, 5 points above Keith Mayato. Adam Cabot is 3rd, Brody Hayes 4th, Seth Hatchell, and Ben Baffert all within 20 points of the championship leader there, Bailey Turner. Then it's a bit of a gap back to AJ Stravato, Joshua Banks, Dylan Parker, Dane Cruz, Angelo Ronis, and Jeff Wright. So those guys have their work cut out for them here in the next 5 races, including tonight, to try and get up there and fight for a championship. I think it's AJ Stravato and Joshua Banks who have any chance of possibly getting up there, but so many points to claw back here. Not the field size that they were looking for here tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the field size is definitely going to hurt guys like AJ Stravato. Angelo Ronis not here. Wright and Parker and Cruz not here. So they're going to most likely be eliminated. AJ Stravato's going to probably have to win this race if he's going to want to have any shot at winning the championship here. As Brody Hayes goes up to 2nd. Baffert stays on the pole. Adam Cabot in 3rd. And I'll tell you, as Adam Cabot just takes the pole away from Ben Baffert by 6/10 of a second.
What a lap there from Cabot, as we'll pull the times back up. He goes to the top, and keeping an eye on Keith Mayato, who didn't complete his first lap there, but he is coming into the final corner, I believe. And we'll see what he can do here. He's always one to watch for on the road courses. Actually got the pole here in that race that AJ Stravato and Dennis Faircloth ran 1-2 in. That was Mayato, but he had connection problems at that race. Fourth quick so far. AJ, with a problem here.
Around.
Yeah, in the last couple of corners there. How about Willie Nelson? We also saw, Brody Hayes, good speed. He's 3rd on the board right now. Yusuf Ghali, usually pretty good on these road courses as well, so we'll keep an eye on his lap time. Got a long ways around here to complete this first lap, but Willie Nelson coming out of the final corner. Let's see what he can do.
And he's going up this long hill. Such a long way. It's so crucial to get a big run down this front stretch, and then if you can get next to somebody, or if not, show the nose and dive it into the corner, definitely helps. Nelson goes to 9th. You know, if we look here, I'm in the top 5 are only separated about a second and a half. And Keith Maato is on a better lap this time. It's not a second better, but it is somewhat better. About 3/10 in the green here so far on my screen. If you can get another second out of this, goes up to 4/10 there. And if he can just keep pushing here, he could possibly maybe knock Adam Cabot off the top spot, but it's going to be tough. He's going to have to get find a lot of time here in these next 4 or 5 corners.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is going to come from the exit of this one. If he can get a nice run off down this straightaway here. Still tracking pretty good. I mean, he might be able to at least get a couple spots. And track position's so important. Nice run through the kink there. Picked up a little bit.
And he's going to go through the short shoot here. And he's going to have to get a lot through the S's and through Canada corner here. He's deep on the brakes. Downshifting it down into the second gear. Misses a little bit of the apex. Cost him a little bit of time to go over the curb. Still trying about 3/10 of a second up on his lap here. Could knock him up to 3rd if he can get just enough traction off these next 2 corners here. Still 3/10. Bangs down another gear here as he'll go up through, I believe this turn, is it 14 this last corner?
Yep, 14.
And up down this hill. And up the hill here, past the Coca-Cola sign. And then he'll go right under the NTT data bridge, the IndyCar sponsor. How about that? And he'll come across the line 4/10 better. And it'll put him only a second off. He'll stay 4th.
Keep an eye on AJ, who is still trying. Yeah, AJ's on his last attempt at getting a lap in. Going to be important for him to qualify well, or at least get any lap at all.
Yeah, I think Yusuf Ghali's the last one on time here. I think AJ's already on his 3rd lap, so he cannot.
Oh, okay. But he's just getting a little bit more practice in, potentially.
Yeah, we'll say the lap counter. I don't think it will.
Not a great lap either way.
Yeah, so it's Yusuf Ghali, but Ghali did spin out, so he's reset.
Okay.
So I believe that's everybody, and that looks like Adam Cabot is going to be on the pole here tonight at Road America. It's going to help his championship fight.
Yeah, definitely going to be important for him. An extra bonus point there for getting the top spot, as it looks like that is going to be winding down. Just 4 minutes left in the qualifying session. I'm not sure if they'll go ahead and advance it or not, but let's hear a quick word from our race sponsor here tonight, Martin Sports, also the series sponsor.
interview, or do we want to hear from one at least?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We are back at the racetrack now at Road America for the Martin Sports 100. And we are about to head to the starting grid here tonight.
Yeah.
Taking a look at where our drivers are starting here. Make sure to cheer on your favorite driver. Let us know you're out there, who you're rooting for. And we will head to the starting grid now. Starting on the pole tonight, it'll be Adam Cabot, the Magic Man, looking to get back to victory lane. 2:10.117, great lap time from him, 0.6 quicker than second place Ben Bafford. And Cabot looking to try and sweep the night, fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, and he finished on top in the race. Bafford going to roll off alongside. In third tonight, Brody Hayes. Fourth, Keith Mayato. Fifth on the grid is going to be Chris Samard, starting in sixth. Last night's winner, Dennis Faircloth. Starting in the seventh position, it'll be Bailey Turner. Eighth is Joshua Banks. Ninth is Willie Nelson, and rounding out the top 10 is going to be Reggie Ortega.
In 11th, the Italian stallion AJ Stravato. 12th, Dallas Sullivan. Rounding out the field tonight, Yusuf Ghali in the 54. Let's see, they got about a minute for gridding. Should we pull in somebody, or should we just let them go?
I think we should talk to somebody. They've got a long pace lap here, I think.
To, Bailey Turner, the points leader in last week's winner?
Yeah, let's talk. He hasn't gridded up yet, but let's get him here.
Bailey Turner, Alec Martinez, Adam Baker in the VSPEED booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Bailey, you come in here tonight as a points leader +5 over Keith Mayato here tonight. How do you feel? What's the strategy for this race?
You know, I definitely don't got the pace of those guys up front. Some of those laps those guys are putting out there, it's almost not believable. So, you know, keep it on track. Try not to get involved in anybody else's messes, and just try to come out of this race with the most points I can. It's going to be a tough one, but we're going to do the best we can.
All right, there you go. All right, well, again, congratulations on the win last week at Richmond, and go get him here tonight. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you, brother.
All right, brother. Bailey Turner we got a short grid, so that's cool. It's going to be a fun one tonight here. Adam Cabot on the pole. Your points leader, Bailey Turner, rolls off 7th. Second place, Ben Bafford, who's 5th in the points. The top 5 in the points still have a chance at the championship for the chase for the BTDY Cup. The pace car will pull off a pit road, and we will be racing here very shortly as they go under the NTT data bridge here from Road America. Tonight, VSPEED will broadcast the BTDY Cup Series. We are green and underway for Road America. Ben Bafford, great start. Adam Cabot on the left to driver's right. Ben Bafford to driver's left as they go into turn 1 for the first time.
Yeah, and out braking the 17 is going to be Ben Bafford side by side through the first corner here. Driver's going to have to tiptoe, cold tires, short pace lap. I was not expecting it to be that short. I thought they were going to have to go a lot farther around here, but it looks like Adam Cabot going to do a nice job and clear. As around goes Samard and Bailey Turner.
Points leader around. Bailey Turner is spun. Doesn't look like anybody else is around as well.
Dennis Faircloth got a little piece of it. Samard. Travato back here as well. He got held up. Go back and take a look.
And a charge at the front. Turner or Bafford goes underneath Cabot. Cabot keeps the lead. Hayes is the top 4 going away, but we'll go back here as Stravato involved. It looked like Joshua Banks locked up, and it just got the 24 into the 77. Turner goes around, and behind them, Ortega. Looks like Stravato and last night's winner, Dennis Faircloth, get collected, and they all get going. Again, remember, a stage caution, so they'll be able to re-rack them and restack them. Just got to get their
another car around. Here. That is Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Eventful first lap. Doesn't look like he has much damage. Might have just looped it around. He'll be able to continue.
We'll see what happened to him here. Oh, yeah, definitely a lot going on. Oh, he just clipped the grass a little bit. The back end slips out, and he loops it. Don't think he hit the wall, or if he did, he just barely tapped it. He hit it
good
as he was rolling away, but yeah, barely touched it there. So, Cabot out in front.
Very spread out throughout the field now. Everybody's gonna know what to do when we get to the next restart. But Cabot got a 7/10 of a second lead over Ben Bafford. Then Bafford followed by Hayes. Keith Mayato 2.5 seconds back already. Adam Cabot, Ben Bafford, and Brody Hayes sitting
Cabot's off the track.
Bases. Oh, and so does Bafford. Both of them go off the track. But off of turn 14 for the first time tonight, the first of 30 times here. Doesn't seem like a long race, but it really is. It's the top 3 storming away up the hill for the first time tonight. Cabot looks like he'll lead lap 1. Baffert getting a nice tow down this front stretch. Hayes right behind them, about 0.2 of a second behind Baffert.
Yeah, and Mayato not too far back, but then it's a big gap back to Joshua Banks, who's right in front of Yusuf Ghali, who's charged all the way up from 13th to 6th, trying to get into the top 5. So really nice start to this race for Yusuf as they make their way through turn 1. Out in front, Cabot under pressure here. The 2 behind him, Baffert and Hayes. I wonder how the clean air is going to affect that car in 17, if it's going to loosen him up a little bit more than the other drivers behind him.
We're not seeing Baffert's car. He's just in that pink and purple and white Ford Mustang, but it doesn't look like he has a scheme showing up. But look at the difference of lines. Look at how wide they go on the entry of the corner. Swoop down, get a nice run off. You see Baffert getting into the gravel there a little bit. Clean air is definitely going to help as Ghali dives into the braking zone and gets under to driver's left of Joshua Banks. Banks now crosses over to driver's left into turn 6. Ghali catches the grass. Banks forces him wide a little bit, still side by side. Now to driver's right goes the 54, and now Banks keeps the position. And it looks like Sullivan losing some spots. 1 to Stravato, and behind them now here comes Faircloth to driver's right. It'll almost make a little bit of contact. Faircloth keeps the position. Ghali gets into the back of Banks. They make a little bit of contact. Ghali muscling his way back past the 35.
Yeah, he's definitely quicker, but maybe a little early for that, knowing there is a halfway break. But yeah, speaking on Dallas Sullivan, he went off the track a little bit further back before the bridge there when they come up the hill, and he was able to get it back going in the right direction, but everybody got by him there. So Samard right on his tail, Bailey Turner in 11th, Reggie Ortega in 12th. Really no damage on anybody here from that first lap incident, but really spread out towards the back of the pack.
The most damage is Faircloth, with a little bit of damage to that step splitter to the right side.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if AJ Stravato had much either. He might have a little damage to his left side. Other than that, everybody got through pretty clean. Yeah, nobody else with a ton of damage. As Sullivan loses another spot to Samard. And behind them, Bailey Turner lurking through the forest. And at the front, though, like here you can see, Yusuf Ghali and Joshua Banks still trading positions here.
Yeah, nose to tail up the hill on the front stretch. It looks like Banks will get a nice little draft here to stay right with him. He's going to make a move down into turn 1. He peeks driver's right. Here he goes. Not late enough on the brakes, though. Yusuf charges the corner nicely, holds him off there. That is for the 5th position as they fight nose to tail. Then up here at 3rd and 4th, the VSPEED teammates, Brody Hayes, Keith Mayato, they've spread out a little bit. And Ben Baffert has kept up with Cabot, and he's gotten away from Brody Hayes.
Yeah, the top 2 are starting to pull away a little bit. Noticing Seth, man, look at how wide they're taking that entry. I've never really ever seen anybody do that at Road America. It's so weird, but you know, with NASCAR, the track limits, or stock cars, I should say, track limits are so much different compared to, you know, what you see in Formula 1 or IndyCar. Like I said, I've never seen anybody go that wide into the corner. I've never even seen that in the current Cup Series. These guys taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing the limit of racing surface there.
Look at the gap that Baffert gains in the braking zones there, and now gets a good run off. Tell you, this race might be between these two going at it, and I think Keith Mahato might find a way to get up with these guys. I know it's like I said, Seth Hatchell not here. That's going to hurt his bit at a championship run, but I get it. Thanksgiving weekend. A lot of things going on again. To all of our viewers, happy Thanksgiving weekend. We're closing up there, so it's getting season again.
Oh,
Baffert up to the glass! And wow, what a save!
A little involuntary drifting there. I know he likes to.
Sullivan has crashed. He's in the tire barriers under the Johnsonville Bridge. Totally all bent up on that 46 car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Big contact with the tire barrier there as he limps it back onto the racetrack.
Right side, suspension.
Yeah, locked up in the rear. Not what you want to see. And he may, I think he pulled it off and he's towed it. Yeah.
And now up at the front, though, Baffert right on the back of Adam Cabot. Just at this very track, if any of y'all remember this year, Tyler Reddick and Chase Elliott going at it this year at Road America. As you can see, Baffert peeking the nose to driver's right. Just has great braking under that 23, but he doesn't want to get the brakes too hot where they will start to fade a little bit. Not like they would in real life, but you will start to see those brakes fade a little bit on these race cars. But I'll tell you, Baffert gets so much in the braking zone.
Yeah, he's doing a great job,
man.
but he's got to be careful stepping off the racetrack like that. He's done that now 2 or 3 times on this end of the racetrack, and just got to be very careful with that. These cars do not like grass. And you got those slick tires. You don't have any rubber to really to grab the racing surf or the dirt down in there, so got to be very careful as he gets off the track right there a little bit again. But
That's for sure.
he is definitely pushing this race car, and it's good to see. He's got the speed, but I think he's pushed it a little hard here. Look at how much time he just lost.
I think he might have got a slowdown.
Oh. Yeah.
That's going to open up for Cabot to just kind of start opening up that gap.
Brody Hayes might see an opportunity here to try and close back up. He'll get a little bit of draft potentially on the straightaways at this distance. But yeah, what a gap from Mayato back to Yusuf Ghali. It's over 5 seconds, and then Joshua Banks has sort of kept up.
Man, I almost spun it off the corner, got into the grass, and I'll tell you, he almost went around.
Take a look here. Oh my goodness, what a save though.
Wow. Tell you, that one grabbed my attention.
Yeah, that could be a save that keeps him in contention for the championship, honestly. If he finished, 12th tonight, that's a lot of points lost. And he's 19 back.
Lost, yeah.
That's how important every single position and every single lap and corner is at this racetrack tonight. Top 4 doing a nice job out here. No real battles other than Samard and Faircloth. These two pretty close together. Just a few car lengths as they make the right-hand corner here at the end of the straight.
I believe you're a little bit behind on the replay here.
Oh, yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, there we go. I think we're good now. But yeah, Bailey Turner behind them is starting to catch them. He was about 2 seconds faster than Faircloth that last lap. Turner's got to get all the positions he possibly can. I'll tell you what's going to be big here for Adam Cabot, Brody Hayes, and Ben Baffert, who are 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the championship. Or sorry, 3rd, 4th, and 6th. Well, tied for 5th in the championship. They can keep Bailey Turner and Keith Mayato from leading a lap this race. They're going to gain a ton of points.
Yeah,
not a lot. We'll gain enough.
I wonder if those guys will play some type of a strategy here to just try and get up there and lead a lap. I don't know how they would really do that other than potentially staying out somehow an extra lap or not pitting under the yellow. But you don't have many options here tonight at the road course.
No, and Mayato's got to do the job of making sure that these guys don't get too far away.
Yeah.
Even if you do get 7, 8 seconds ahead of him, even if they coming down pit road, it doesn't matter because they will pass him. Or they'll still lead the lap before you can pass them. And it's not like a lap of fuel at an oval where, it's another, you could save another lap on an oval. Here, I mean, it's got to be the toughest thing you can possibly do to save a lap of fuel here.
Yeah, I mean, 4 miles, you don't have a lot of off throttle time other than just in the braking zone, but you're so focused on the braking that there's no way you're really gonna, shut the engine off, and you can't really, yeah, you're not really gonna save a whole lot doing that anyways. But yeah, you mentioned Seth Hatchell not being here tonight. I know I believe he's moving over the next couple weeks here, so it's gonna be he may miss next week as well. It could very well knock him out of the championship hunt. Ryan Gemmel not here tonight as well. He's usually pretty solid on these road courses. Actually ran very well at Watkins Glen a couple seasons ago. So another contender not here tonight, but would have made things a bit interesting. But yeah, still some pretty solid talent in this field tonight. I mean, look at these guys out in front, these top 4, obviously. I think they would be leading no matter what.
Oh, Bailey Turner again. He's off and into the gravel.
What happened to him here? Just a little too late on the braking? Maybe he got a little bit of the grass? Oh, wheel hopped.
Yeah. And he goes into the gravel, loses a spot to Ortega.
Nice job not wrecking it there. I mean, that's so easy to lose control of the race car entirely.
Tell you what, if we get on board, there's so much dust in turn 1 and dirt on the entry of turn 1. If we're going to board of Bailey Turner here, you can see, enter the corner here, look at all that dust on the side. Yeah, that's going to build up there, and it's going to cause this car to get unsettled. Just one mistake is all it takes for somebody to get turned, or knock it loose there, and I guess, knock the car sideways, get into that dust and dirt.
Yep.
Tell you, Adam Cabot has had a Ben Baffert save as well. He hit that, I think that little trouble point off of turn 5 as they go wide is hitting that little patch of dirt or gravel, and it knocks him sideways out the corner really well. Obviously, tires don't really like gravel,
Yeah.
so it knocks the cars a little bit sideways out the corner. Cabot and Bavard kind of doing the same thing here. Tell you, man, but great pace out of Adam Cabot. He is absolutely flying. Just at his fastest lap last lap.
Yeah, the top three all, you know, pretty consistent. Just a few tenths separating those three drivers. Mayato about a second off, but he's the next quickest. And then you see seventh on back, all running about 2:12 something or other.
Yeah.
Yusuf Ghali did not have a good lap. Not sure what happened with him. Maybe
Really
a step.
turns off again. He's really struggling right now.
Yeah, he's gonna have to figure something out here. I wonder if there's a brake bias change he can make. He seems to be struggling under braking.
Yeah. I'm not sure, really. I mean, he's been going off the track twice. I know the tires are dirty, and he did get spun on the first lap in turn 3. He's just got to be careful. He's got to cool the tires down. Remember, there is a stage to regroup everybody, which I think he's willing, and he knows that he can get those spots back. He's just got to set himself up for that, you know, that dash when we have it. Once we get the caution here at lap 10, which also reminds us that we're 2 laps away, or next lap, I believe, pit road will be closing. So does anybody try to pit? Get some fuel here before the end of before the first stage is over.
Is it? It's lap 10 tonight. We're doing the
10,
stage.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that is a big factor here. How about Brody Hayes? He's the fastest car on the racetrack right now. He's closed up on Ben Baffert. He looks pretty smooth. Baffert is starting to slide around quite a lot, and Cabot pretty smooth up the road as well. His times have been extremely consistent.
Faircloth just got underneath Samard and passed him. Faircloth goes up in the 8th and now in the 3rd. Oh, Baffert hits the dirt, goes wide off the corner, misses it, he goes into the gravel.
That'll open the door for Brody Hayes and probably Keith Mayato, but got to be careful.
Baffert gets it going.
That'll be a battle here for 3rd as they approach that break in the race.
And they're still side by side for 8th. Samardo's able to get next to Faircloth out of turn 4. And now it looks like Faircloth will get loose off the corner, but he'll be able to clear into the braking zone. Samard will fall back to 9th. Reggie Ortega still 10th, Bailey Turner.
Yeah, interesting to see the braking, the rear rotors heating up on Dennis Faircloth's car. The front rotors didn't get hot at all there, but his rear rotors were glowing. So definitely a lot of rear brake for these drivers tonight. Yeah, you can see it again right there. The back rotors on this race car getting really, really hot. So he is working those things. Meanwhile, up front, I wonder if we can get a view of what's happening with Adam Cabot. Pretty similar situation right there. They're all using a lot of rear brake.
Yeah, these fronts are very, very prone to locking up. I don't know if we've seen many times in the Cup Series this year, even on short tracks. I think the most I've seen lockups was Ryan Blaney. Whether it was on road course or short tracks, a lot of locking up. Like I said, these cars really do lock up quick, and I'll tell you as we go here, it's going to depend. It sounds like Baffert is pitting. What was Yusuf Ghali? I don't know if he missed.
Had an issue. Oh, he went off the racetrack, and Joshua Banks got past him. I saw he was very slow. Does look like Ben Baffert is, locked it up right there, just as you're speaking about it. And he caught the gravel, almost looped it. Back rolling here, he's lost the position. AJ Stravato behind him now, but let's see what Ben Baffert elects to do, if he takes tires or just fuel.
Be surprised if he did, as you can see he's coming into pit road here.
Adam Cabot setting his best lap of the race. Continuing to pace the field here. Samard brings it down.
Oh, Baffert taking tires, interesting.
He will get rolling here.
Will make a difference. I'm not sure. See Samard behind him. See what he does.
Tires as well.
He needs tires as well. Interesting.
Those two, the only ones pitting. Looks like Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson is taking it behind the wall.
I haven't seen the tires fall off enough, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean the top two. Cabot ran his fastest lap of the race. Brody Hayes just a few tenths off of his fastest lap. Mayato is still running pace pretty close.
Baffert did slide the tires around, and Chris Samard did spin, so I'm not sure. We'll see if once the stage happens. I think what Baffert's trying to do is get ahead of Cabot and Hayes. Once the stage happens, he'll stay out. if Cabot or even Hayes bring it in this time. Remember, pit road doesn't close until the completion of lap 8.
Right, and they'll be on pit road by that point if they both bring it in.
Exactly.
So Mayato about 8.5 seconds back. Also not really.
Good chance for Mayato to get a bonus point.
I wonder if he's still too far back. It'd be really close at the line.
Even
Let's
if
see.
Cabot brings
Here
it in,
comes
it doesn't
Cabot.
matter. So here comes Cabot. What
Brody's
does
gonna
Hayes
stay
do?
out.
He's gonna stay out, and that means Mayato. If I'm Mayato, I am bringing it in.
Heath is
He's gonna
staying
stay
out.
Well, Hayes will get the lap led. Now let's see what Adam Cabot does. Does he take tires?
Working
Also
down.
means Hayes and Mayato are going to come in at the stage and they'll lose a few positions. Also going to matter, where does Baffert go at the end, or does Baffert pass Cabot with those fresh tires? I don't think he will with the cold tires. Let's see. Cabot going to bring it in here.
Unless he got a really nice run in and out.
Oh no, he's good.
Baffert working through the S's.
The tires getting jacked up there on Cabot. Oh yeah, no, now they are. He's taking lefts.
Oh, did he get a penalty? Long time on pit road here. He's getting rolling, but that was a long stop. I'm seeing
left sides.
Yeah, I'm seeing an extra 4 seconds on pit road for Adam Cabot. So is that
really odd? Taking lefts. Now that makes me wonder, what do Hayes and Mayato do?
That is bizarre. I mean, Brody Hayes just ran 2/10 slower than his fastest lap, and he actually has the fastest lap of the race. So Brody has got potentially race-winning speed here tonight. I wonder if he even elects to change the tires at all.
I mean, I think at this point you probably don't want to. The question is, I mean, was the tire falling off significant enough to take tires? I mean, we'll see. Interesting strategies to see here. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
Cabot actually extended the gap over Ben Baffert, even though he had a 4-second. Oh, and he's off the track. That'll close it back up a little bit.
Baffert will come right out of the corner here. I think Baffert's a little bit too far back.
I don't know how he lost so much time. It must have been that outlap, though, on the cold tires. Just didn't have the car underneath him. He had to really pace himself around. So something to consider for these guys staying out. Brody Hayes working out of the final corner here. Pit road is closed, as you can see.
Pit lane is closed here. Such a cool feature in iRacing, I'll tell you.
Yeah. These will lead them down into turn 1. He's about 7.5 seconds out in front of his teammate Keith Mayato. Looking back for other battles. Nobody really battling at the moment, but Baffert is
spread out.
He is closing in a little bit still on Adam Cabot. He's about 3.5 seconds behind him now. He was closer to like 5 behind after Cabot got it back rolling there after going off track.
Sure, Baffert has 4 fresh tires, where I believe Adam has fresh left side tires.
Yeah.
And Hayes is going into turn 5 here, so he's well ahead of Keith Mayato. 7.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Over Keith Mayato. I tell you, the top 3 really gapped Keith Mayato. It's kind of surprising because I know Keith's pretty good here. I don't know if it's just the next-gen car throwing him for a loop here. Man, those brakes on the rear are glowing.
I wonder if he's trying to pace himself a little bit and save his tires potentially for later in the race. Maybe not going to take tires during the pit stop. You never know. I mean, Keith just needs a good finish here tonight. It looks like Bailey really struggling at the moment. May have a hard time getting up to like a top 5 finish. So Keith will probably, assuming he finishes decently here tonight, he should be able to gain a few points back. And around goes Reggie Ortega. Huge hit.
Oh, hard hit. Big hit for Ortega. Did he just hit the nose? Oh, I don't know. The left front doesn't look great.
Let's take a look.
Man, that was a hard hit. What happened? Let's see, grab the grass. Oh, man.
What a hit.
You didn't hit the tire too hard. Hey, he's still going. That thing's still going. He's right in front of Adam Cabot.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's still going. Man, these cars are scary tough. And when I say scary tough, I think we know why they're scary tough. But yeah. He's definitely got some damage, I can tell you. The thing's definitely not going to be turning great.
Cabot right here behind him. Probably let him go pretty quickly.
I don't know, Reggie. Oh, and there it is, the caution here. as Brody Hayes crosses and wins the stage. And now it's up to these guys to just kind of limp it around here. And these guys will probably bring it in. They'll take a little bit to catch up here. And I think we'll go to maybe a quick commercial break and then come back for pit stops.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll end up doing here. So, yeah, we'll be right back. They're going to have to go all the way around to catch the pace car, and then I think they may have another lap after that. Yeah, we'll take a quick moment aside, and we will be right back. And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out for 37.
Oh! Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A push for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Back at the racetrack now. Drivers still working under the yellow flag here this evening. Let's do a quick recap. Just the one caution, one lead change as Adam Cabot came to pit road. Brody Hayes was able to take the lead away. And those are the only 2 leaders here tonight. We'll see what they elect to do under this yellow flag. If any of those guys who already pit come back down for just a splash of fuel, or anybody elects to stay out or try a different tire strategy. I'll have to wait and see what happens here, but working through the final couple of corners, we'll find out very, very shortly. But this is the Martin Sports 100. Make sure to check out Martin Sports at the link in the video description, or use code !Martin Sports in chat to learn more about what they do. Great sponsor of this series, of this league. Happy to have them on board. Here come all the leaders.
And right here, you're going to see the 17. Wow, the 17's coming back in.
And Baffert, I wonder if they're going to do that splash and go, and the leaders all going to take fuel. But if they, or take tires, if they just take fuel, I'm not sure how this will work
They're going to have to fill
out.
up a whole lot more, though.
That's true.
Baffert and Cabot are looking to maybe fill a gallon or 2, where Hayes and Mayada are going to have to fill about 6 or 7 gallons more than them.
Here we go, Brody Hayes. Gonna get into his pit box. Can't miss the stall. Nice job there by both of them. Here comes
There
Cabot.
Baffert and Cabot.
Tires.
Wow, tires for everybody.
Yeah, tires on
And
Cabot.
taking tires again.
Baffert is off and away, though.
Go. And Baffert's going to win the race off pit road. And look at Cabot's going to
Hayes.
get held behind. Cabot's taking 4 tires.
Wow, I wonder if that's a mistake on their, like, some communication issue there. Probably.
Ghali doesn't. Yusuf Ghali goes to 3rd.
Wow. AJ Stravato also gaining a couple spots on that one. He goes up to 5th. Looks like he just took fuel.
Does it? I don't think Yusuf Ghali has taken tires this entire race. I'm going to have to pull him down and ask him here before we go green.
Yeah, let's pull him in.
See if I can get him here. Just taking a look here. Where is Yusuf? There he is. Let's see if I dial him up here. There he is. I'm just moving him. There we go. Yusuf Ghali, Alec Martinez out of Baker in the VSPEED booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, driver.
Well, brother, if I'm reading this right, you have not taken tires this race. Is that correct?
So that is correct, but you are not reading the situation right. I'm actually going to pit right
You're
here.
going to pit.
Yes, because we have 1 gallon per lap is what we're using, meaning none of these guys can make it in theory.
Really? So nobody
Yeah.
can make it?
Technically, I don't think so. I think it'll be really close. People might save. I don't know what they'll do, but I don't see anybody making it. I
Wow.
might not even pit here just because, like, everyone's going to have to pit under get green.
And how many gallons do you guys have? If you don't
We
mind
start
me
with
asking.
16 gallons.
16
is
gallons. So you're
the
looking at
max.
16 laps.
Exactly, that's my point. Like, we are so
Hmm.
close on fuel. I just don't know if the right strategy will be saving that extra gallon or so that you need, or if it'll be pitting here.
So
Because
I
track
gotta-
position's a big thing.
It is, and it always has been. Now, I got to ask you,
Yes, sir.
do you think the no tires are going to matter more when it comes down to the end of it compared to all these guys taking fresh tires?
I'm trying to decide if I want to take tires here. It's really a tough decision because guys like Ben are taking tires, but I was noticing that my speed wasn't dropping off that much when I was setting consistent laps. So it's really a tough decision whether to pit here, whether to take tires. I don't know. It's going to be a really crazy race at the end, I think.
Well, we're looking forward to it. That's what we're here for. So we're going to wish you good luck here. Thanks for talking to us, and curious to see what you're doing. Good luck on the strategy.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, I mean, depending when we get the green flag here, I mean,
That's
wow.
why I'm surprised there weren't people that were going to stay out and maybe just, or
I'm
maybe take
curious
splash and splash
why
sort of thing.
everybody took tires except Yusuf. And if Yusuf comes in and doesn't, like he said, his times weren't falling off. So it's
Yeah.
like, is there a cliff or is there not?
I think Ben might be on the best strategy here because he took tires and then he didn't take tires on
yeah,
this one.
and then he took fuel.
And now he,
Habit taking tires twice. You know, he had the clean air and everything, and now he's going to be restarting in about 7th. So, I don't know what he thought was going to work by taking. He already took lefts. I don't know why he didn't take rights, and then just go and take 2.
surprised they didn't accelerate the yellow here either, but they will have to work back around another lap. So that is going to help, yeah, drivers who,
Fueling, yeah, it's going to help for fuel for sure.
the Stravato, or Cabot,
Yusuf.
Bailey Turner, Chris Samard, I believe, all coming in, and we
Yeah.
got Yusuf and Joshua Banks.
I want to keep an eye on the 54 car here and see what he does. I'm curious to see if he does take tires. You can see everybody else coming back in. Wow. Interesting. Let's see if he takes tires. I think that's going to be big. If he doesn't take tires, I think he could be somebody to watch out for, because I think the strategy's set there if he doesn't. So, see what he does here. He'll come into the box. Tires are going on, so everybody's going to have tires.
Interesting call. You know,
I'm curious to see the appeal on the tires there. I haven't seen enough tire fall off for it to matter. I think not taking tires would have been better.
Yeah, it looks like Joshua Banks gonna win the battle off. Then Bailey Turner, Chris Samard, Adam Cabot losing positions. He took, I don't know what happened there. He's had a hard time getting in his box. No, it was only a 0.9 second pit stop is what I'm seeing.
Oh, he just took fuel.
Yeah, I think he just took fuel, but he was on pit road for 3 seconds longer than anybody else. So I don't know what, he's been having issues in his pit box, or, yeah, just trying to get in there cleanly. I don't really know what is going on, but Yusuf Ghali is gonna fall all the way back to 10th here. He will have fresh tires, but interesting call by him as they double up here on the backstretch.
Yeah, so still a long way to go on the pacing, but what are we going to be restarting here with 16 to go?
Yeah, it'll be 16 laps to go. Then it'll be Ben Baffert and Brody Hayes.
These guys try to save it on fuel is the question. I think, like Yusuf said, it's going to be really hard to make it. Or is it?
Oh, Ben is saving right now. I mean, he's just shut the engine off. I think he was the race leader.
Wow.
A Marcus Ambrose situation here.
Did Keith stall? Oh, no, there's Keith.
I think he was stuck behind Ben there. Ben is
I think he was also saving fuel. I'm not hearing any of these cars on. A lot of these cars are just rolling, and a lot of downhill and uphill here at Road America. Can you hear anything on Ben?
No, it is silent. Engine is off.
Silent, yeah. Wow, these boys are really trying to save fuel.
Oh,
you can see go off a little bit.
Wow. Did he just not hit the brakes?
Missed it. Yeah, I think he forgot to, yeah. All these cars silent. You can just hear the tires kind of hitting the pavement there.
Wow, this is going to be interesting. It's
I
possible those guys.
Races, let me tell you.
Possible those guys who also pit still can't make it either, but they're going to have
take way less fuel if that's the case, though.
Yeah, just a gallon or so to get to the end. So
we're talking crucial pit stops that could happen here.
Yeah.
Ortega's trailing behind the field. He's going full pace, though, so I don't know if he'll be able to get to them in time. He should be able to.
His last car on the racetrack. Yeah, it looks a lot cleaner on the right front. On pit road for almost
pretty quick. So yeah, he should be able to get to them before we go green here.
Almost 3 minutes on pit road for him.
Yeah.
As it'll only be double file for the first, what, 2 rows here? 3 rows maybe?
The rest single file, I think they might double up. I'm not sure here.
They're still shutting it off at the back of the field there. All those guys single files shutting it down this late on the lap, so they're saving as much fuel as they possibly can.
I think Ortega should be able to run them down here. Just straight away, but yeah, here we go. Double file through the first few rows here.
His car is off. Here we go. Oh, Dennis Faircloth. And he already brought it in again, didn't he?
I don't know if that's is that a legal move?
I don't know. I think the lane is closed. Here comes Reggie. Look at the run. He caught the field at the perfect time.
He blew by all of them.
Hopefully he doesn't get a penalty by doing that, but he's going to move right up through the field. Ben Baffert, the leader, down into turn 1. He's going to have pressure from Brody Hayes. Then side by side, Stravato and Mayato. These two no strangers to each other. And then it is Reggie Ortega in 5th position.
Very Kyle Busch-esque at the old Bud shootout a few years ago. Oh, there's contact between the teammates. Mayato overcooks the corner, gets into his teammate, and here comes Stravato.
Go back and take a look at what happened. Oh, yeah, pretty big contact, but nice job for both drivers to keep it pointed in the right direction. And it is getting...
Baffert is gone, and look at the gaggle of cars behind him. Stravato, Hayes, Ortega, 3 wide with a move by Gully. He gets into Mayato, and they spin.
And Bailey Turner.
Turner's hit it. Mayato is crashing. Mayato, the top 2 in points are in it.
Oh, it's
Samard did it.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see what happened.
The top 2 in points are in it.
Well, so Reggie was very
Samard
conservative on
might be
the
done.
braking, and then there goes Yusuf, dives, misses the corner, gets into Keith, who loses it as he gets over the bump
hit
right
the
there.
Jump, yeah, and then he spun, and then Samard got in the grass and spun and gotten into the wall hard.
Yeah.
But that is gonna hurt Keith Mayato and Bailey Turner. And you know who's licking their chops seeing this? Ben Bafford, Brody Hayes are
And-
loving what they're seeing.
And Adam Cabot. Yeah, yeah. Oh, man,
And
this
oh,
is
man, Brody
huge.
Hayes is like, this could turn the points around so much. Look at how far back they are from the field.
Yeah, it's over for them unless something happens here, but that does maybe give them an opportunity to pit.
Oh, yeah. Keith Mayato's got a lot of damage. A lot of damage to the left side.
Mayato or Samard?
Mayato, if we go to him, Indian Canada corner here, look
Oh,
at all
yeah.
the damage. Those rocker panels are definitely heavily damaged here.
And Yusuf behind him
Wow.
here, who was the one who got into him. He's got some right front damage after
Could be.
just completely missing the corner there.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about when we get into playoffs here. I mean, there's so many different guys that can play a factor in this. And you know who honestly got by all of that? Was Dennis Fairclough. Oh, Samard hard into the barrels, or the water, or the tire barrels, and that's probably going to do it. Now, change for the lead, Brody Hayes.
Wow,
Diving
he
in
caught up.
underneath here. Bafford's going to try to cross him over off the corner. Brody Hayes to the point. See what Bafford does. Gets that toe down the straightaway. Gets the on board with Hayes. What does Bafford do? Peeks the nose down to the inside. Doesn't look like he'll do anything. Brody Hayes hot into the corner here. He might miss it.
Oh.
Bafford, he's gonna spin him. Hayes goes around. And
Oh, he
clips
gets Travato! Wow, Bafford knocking him out of the way. They both.
There goes Turner. Turner goes by both of them. And now Travato crab walking past, and Hayes goes around.
Go back and take.
Drama.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna take another look at this. Brody Hayes, who was in the lead.
Over the corner.
Yeah, he just missed it, and
And
then
he just straight up dumped the 10. And then trying to get it around, he
Oh.
clipped Travato.
you know, I think that happened last year at Road America with was it Denny Hamlin
With
or
Alex Bowman and
and
Kyle
Larson? Yeah, very similar situation. But
And I
man,
tell you, who's loving all of this is Dennis Fairclough. He's getting so much time on these guys wrecking each other.
he is doing a great job right now. This could Dennis Fairclough sweep the races this week?
Look at who's in second.
Cabot, and he is flying right now.
Just look at the corner. Ortega is in third, but he's spinning in the gravel.
Here goes Joshua Banks. Here comes Bailey Turner.
Turner.
Wow, this race just got flipped on its head.
And Joshua Banks is in third, but the battle for the lead heating up. And I tell you right now, Dennis Fairclough is the fastest car on the racetrack.
Yeah, he is flying. He gained like 4 seconds on this last lap compared to Ben
They all
Baffert.
have to pit. Fairclough might be able to jump these guys. He's
Here
got
comes
to keep the
Cabot.
pace up.
Trying to force a mistake from the 23. Not going to happen though. Baffert nice and clean through turn 1. Here we go down the hill. Back to driver's right.
Turner is all over Joshua Banks here behind them for third. What a comeback from Bailey Turner after getting held up with the Yusuf Ghali Keith Mayato incident. Turner now looking for third, but for the lead, Adam Cabot right on the back bumper. He's butt drafting the 23. Now looks down to the inside. Baffert goes to cover. Covers down to driver's left. Cabot now up to driver's right of Baffert. Deep under the brakes here for the end of turn 5. Cabot takes the lead, overcuts the corner a little bit, but he takes it away.
Oh, Joshua Banks goes wide.
Banks in the gravel.
Bailey Turner goes to third.
Oh man, Banks got to be careful rejoining. Hayes goes by, and now Mayato will try to close in. Hayes back up to fifth. Cabot overcuts the corner, goes to the ground, and now Baffert goes by.
Chaos all around this racetrack. Positions changing hands. Like
Bailey Turner is coming.
he is. He's found the pace here. He is significantly faster than these top two as they
I'm
battle.
telling ya, Dennis Fairclough is going to win this race if they all. Oh, Baffert's in the gravel. Baffert's in the gravel.
You
Can
gotta
he
be
get it
careful.
out? He will, but now Cabot gets to the lead. lead, and here comes Travato and Hayes. All over Hayes, side by side into the kink. Tough sledding there. They'll all go by. Baffert down to 6th.
Wow, one little mistake, and it's cost him so many positions. But look at how close everybody is here after all of the chaos.
Ortega, he's in 3rd.
I mean, the top 6 are within 3.5 seconds, and we're just past the halfway point in this race, and all of these guys here are potentially race-winning speed. And Keith Mayato is still charging back here, even with the damage. He's been faster than the top 5 or 6 cars. Brody Hayes now making the move on AJ Stravato. Can't complete the pass.
I'll tell you, I didn't realize all the damage that Stravato has on the right side. Look at the car in the 33. Absolutely killed.
Yeah, I mean, he got clipped pretty hard there. How about this battle for the lead, though? Bailey Turner.
Bailey Turner.
Taking a look to the inside.
Oh, wheel hopping.
His teammate locks it up.
Cabot
goes around.
And here comes Ortega, Cabot into the tires.
Ortega ran right in the back of Bailey Turner, though. A lot of nose damage on the 2.
A lot of damage on the 24. Cabot gets it going again, but not a lot of damage, but a ton of damage to the 2 of the 24.
Man, I can't believe that just happened as well. Cabot, the leader.
Yeah, Cabot overcooked it. He got into the tires.
There's like a leader curse tonight.
Yeah,
oh, what is happening?
Bailey Turner has the lead, and Reggie Ortega is up to 2nd.
Yeah,
Stravato in 3rd. All these guys have spawned or went off the track in the last 2 laps.
Yeah, and Joshua Banks and Keith Mayato are not too far back. Dennis Faircloth, meanwhile, has gained
14 seconds.
He's gained 14 seconds. He's cut his deficit in half after making a pit stop under green.
And if all of these guys have to pit, Faircloth can win this race.
Oh, he will win the race if they have to pit. He's gonna make up. He'll make up 30
these guys
seconds.
Are all saving too. Every single one of these guys is saving. Faircloth is on the charge. He is going all out.
He is flying right now. 2:11.87, which was nearly 2 seconds quicker than Bailey Turner. Even on pace alone, if he can continue that kind of speed, he would get there. So he is really flying right now.
Stravato.
Yeah, the battle's going to be on for 3rd here in a moment. Brody Hayes is he's been faster than the top 3 by a good margin as well.
Yeah, I believe is Golly pulled it out. Yeah, Golly has pulled it out the track, and so has Samard. So that means 9 cars on the racetrack. But that lead is tight. I'll tell you, Reggie Ortega is pressuring Bailey Turner for this lead. Can Reggie Ortega upset this field if he can win? And look at the damage he has on that car.
Yeah, it's going to hurt him a little bit on the straightaway. Luckily, he's got a little draft. He gets a nice launch off the final corner there. And he close up here to try and make a move. The gap just about 2 car lengths down towards turn number 1.
I'll tell
what
you,
a race.
Wow, I mean, this has been insane.
Oh, he gets into him. He locks up. They both go off.
The track. They're both off the track, and there goes Servato. Both of them go off, and now Ortega joins Mayato, and Cabot go by. AJ Stravato is the leader.
I cannot believe what is happening in this race. As soon as somebody gets to the lead, they get knocked out of the way or something terrible happens. Bailey Turner, I mean, he's only in 5th position, but holy cow, how many things have gone wrong for the people down here in turn 1?
And look at Hayes and Baffert are back up to 2nd and 3rd. Cabot with the dive under Mayato. Almost gets into him. Oh, Mayato's up into the gravel.
Oh my
They
goodness.
both save it. And man, if you're the leader, you are just in trouble. Stravato takes the lead. And Dennis Faircloth is only 13 seconds behind these guys. If they have to pit, Faircloth might as well kiss the trophy girls. He's going to win this race.
I like the way you put that. That is perfect. Yeah, this is just falling right into his lap here, assuming these guys do have to at least save or make a pit stop. On pace alone, like I said, he's been at least 1.5 seconds quicker than all these guys up in front. And that would get him there. That would get him there in time. Looks like Joshua Banks sets the tire off the racetrack. Here comes Bailey Turner to his back bumper. This would be for 4th. And he's off the track again. Here comes Bailey.
Man. And Bailey's going to have a big run on him. He's going to fake to drivers left or right, and he's going to get there side by side. Bailey doesn't want to outbreak himself as they go into Canada corner. Bailey will have, but he's able to keep it. Banks with the swoop won't be able to get there. Trouble, Keith Mayato. He's in the gravel. He's in the drivers. Another championship contender around.
Oh,
and
man.
He's gonna lose one. And Dennis Fairclough just passed him.
Wow. Dennis Fairclough up to
Wow.
8th here. He is
Who
definitely...
says you can't have an entertaining race with only 10 cars on the racetrack?
I know, man. This is as crazy as it gets for this field
And look
size.
at Cabot.
Yeah, Cabot trying to gain a spot back
Cabot.
here. What's interesting
Teaching
about
the
this
drivers right.
is Cabot
Oh,
and...
he's hitting the both of them. Oh, he's gonna hit his teammate.
These
And they're gonna
two...
be side by side. Can he get the 2-for-1 special into turn 3?
It's interesting because
Bailey's
Cabot got kind of pushed off the track by his teammate here. Maybe he's trying to return the favor, but he's going to clear him.
Cabot goes back up into 4th.
And that's the thing. Any of these top 4 drivers, I think, has the speed to win tonight's race. I don't know if Bailey
Anybody? I think if you can keep out on the track, anybody on this track can still win this race.
That's true. I mean, as long as you're out there still, you got a fighting chance. Cabot, a little bit of a slide there,
man.
able to hang on to it, but definitely started losing it. How about Stravato, though? His lead dissipating as Brody Hayes starting to close back in. Could Brody get his second win? Both of these drivers looking for their second win of the season.
And the real question is, can any of these guys, if they have enough fuel, do they have enough fuel, number one? Or can they save enough? We're looking here, with coming to 10 laps to go, do these guys have enough fuel? And if they don't, they have to pit. They're going to be chasing the 80 car down.
Dennis has lost a little bit of ground here. I think maybe he had to check up or serve a time penalty.
I think he's got enough fuel, though, is the question. No matter what, going through pit road, all these guys are going to be struggling. He will have enough fuel to make it.
Yeah, he's going to be good on fuel. Meanwhile, out in front, these two, we're not too sure, especially Stravato. If he's leading, he's probably using just a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, he is, but honestly, if he can get away from this crowd of cars, he should be fine. I'll tell you, I think Ben Baffert is definitely saving fuel. He's not going to his normal pace at all. Adam Cabot is now pressuring him. Behind him, Bailey, Turner, and Banks are going at it, but Cabot really starting to pressure the 23, locks up, and Cabot goes right on by.
And Cabot is the fastest car on the racetrack right now, and the driver who's led so many laps in this race, 8 laps out of the 20 that have been run here. He's looking to try and get back up there and fight for this win, which would be his 3rd of the season, joining his teammate with 3 wins. But AJ Stravato still hanging on here. He's led a couple
Turner
laps.
with a huge throw into the corner underneath Baffert. Gonna slide up the racetrack. Won't make any contact. Baffert leans over to driver's left of Turner. Turner to driver's right of Baffert. Now Turner another dive into turn number 3. Locks up the left front tire or right front tire. Swoops the 23 wide. Turner takes the 4th position away. Now here comes Banks.
And Joshua Banks, he's been pretty consistent in terms of race pace here tonight. He's been running 212s, 213s. Very competitive with the rest of the drivers out here. And I think, like you said, anybody who's still running at the end of this thing is going to be able to have a shot at the win. As Banks a little bobble there on entry. Looking further back, Dennis Fairclough has started to slow up a couple seconds a lap. I'm not sure if he's saving. Like if he thinks he can't make it, but it looks like, yeah, he's shut the engine off right there, so he's also saving, but he's got that extra lap of fuel.
If he's saving, there's no way that these guys can make it. Absolutely no way unless they pit. Fairclough has dropped off about 4 seconds.
Yeah, he just lost about 3 seconds over the last 2 laps. I think he's run 214s back to back.
If he has to save, there's absolutely no way.
Yeah, let's go on board here with AJ Stravato. Listen to what he is doing. Short shifting maybe a little bit. And yeah, look at that. Clutch.
And I just realized as we're on board with him, he's the birthday boy.
Oh yeah, it is his birthday. Happy birthday,
It's
AJ.
Stravato's birthday. Yeah, how about that? I mean, honestly, it'd be wild. I mean, what a birthday present you can give yourself there. A win.
Yep. Potentially put himself back in the championship fight.
Yeah. Like I said, for one thing to keep
Brody
Stravato back in this fight, it's going to, and okay, that's going to open the window. Let's see where he shakes out, though.
Going to be just a splash of fuel, I think.
Fairclough is going
into
to
the final
corner. It does not sound like he's going very hard, though. Let's see, Hayes is still going through pit road.
Yeah,
He
I
hasn't
mean,
even got to his box. And look at this. Brody Hayes was in second. He'll see the bright yellow Thrustmaster Simulators Anonymous car go right by Brody Hayes.
that's the thing that Dennis has given himself here. He made up so much time in those
He's
first
taking
few laps.
tires.
Interesting. Why would they do that? Not just a splash
How?
of fuel. Oh, two
Oh, yeah,
tires.
there's 2 tires and he's going.
9.5
But
seconds
Hayes
though.
is
That's a
14 seconds behind.
yeah. That is an interesting call to take the tires there.
He just crashed. Hayes is in the tires.
Wow, he missed turn 1 and he's still trying to get it back underneath him.
And he'll go, but
What
that is
happened
going to
here?
cost him a chance at the win. I think he overcooked it. He's on cold tires right out of the pits.
Oh yeah, almost lost
just
it.
locked
Holy
up.
cow.
And that's going to kill him so much time loss no matter what. Travato, a 2-second lead over his teammate Cabot. Bailey Turner in third now. Baffert and Banks fourth and fifth. Ortega still holding on at sixth. Seventh, Dennis Fairclough. I believe Mayato has brought it in pit road as well. He did just come in as well.
Yeah, but he's got so far to go. I mean, he's 40 seconds behind Dennis Fairclough. So
Yeah.
Keith's not in contention to win this. I mean, he was not in contention before he made the pit stop, but maybe trying to give himself the best opportunity to at least stretch it on fuel here and maybe get a couple guys who can't make it. But Stravato, Cabot, Turner, and then there's a couple more behind him. Baffert and Banks. You got Reggie Ortega still up here in the top 6 as well. And then next car back is going to be Dennis Fairclough. He has lost quite a bit of time to AJ Stravato here the last few laps.
Yeah,
So he
but
is,
I just think if Hayes is pitting, I don't know if Stravato can make it. And it doesn't sound like he's shifting or short shifting at all. It sounds like he's going. It sounds like Cabot's going too. Do these guys try to bring it in, or are they trying to stretch it on field? I think Baffert and Turner, maybe even Banks or Ortega might try to stretch it. Will they be able to? Remember, it's a 4-mile course.
Oh, Baffert!
He's in the gravel, and he's into the tires. Hard hit for Baffert, and
Oh.
the car is ripped apart.
oh my
And
goodness.
that might as well be the crushing blow to Ben Baffert's season.
Gonna hurt him for sure. Luckily, there's only 9 cars still out here running, so
How
he
is
will.
that car? He doesn't have a front bumper.
I don't know. It just ripped the nose off. I haven't really seen that happen in these next gens. But yeah, he just overcooked it.
Like
Then,
toe link. He literally didn't break the toe link.
oh man,
Yeah, and there goes the bumper right there. It rips off.
crazy. He's still in 6th. That is, if he can finish this race, if he can finish in 6th or so around here, he may have enough fuel to make it to the end. But that car not looking too healthy in terms of the handling. I think he has knocked something loose in the suspension.
Killed. He definitely has. He definitely hasn't. He definitely didn't help the car.
Well, that's for sure. Cabot is losing a little ground now to AJ Stravato. He's probably in save mode. This is going to be crazy. You don't see strategy races that come down to saving fuel very often on road courses. Occasionally in NASCAR, right? We think back to Martin Truex and Chase Elliott at Watkins Glen, and a couple of them at Sonoma as well. But that's the only instances I can really think of.
I mean, look at Baffert's car. He is all torn up. I mean, the real question is, what are these guys trying to do? They try to save us. I'll tell you, Stravato, 4.5-second lead could be all he needs if he could save fuel. I mean, what are we looking at here? We're coming to 6 laps to go. That's still 20 miles to go.
And he's being very easy getting back up on the throttle, and he is also using the clutch while in the braking zone, and basically getting the RPMs down as early as he can. You'll see it here as he works down the front straightaway. We'll ride in the helmet cam with him. Yep, you see clutch right there, and then downshift.
Gonna be tight, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it is going to be very, very tight. Looking at other drivers, yeah, I mean, we've got 9 on the racetrack. Mayato, the last one out here. Baffert's still rolling in 6th. He hasn't lost much time.
They cleared his flags. He did say they got a meatball flag for a suspension, some suspension damage, but he's fine right now. They cleared it. I'm just amazed how that car's still running.
And how about Bailey Turner? What an up and down day for him. He's led a lap here, that valuable bonus point.
Yeah.
And you can hear him shut the engine off right there at the crest of the hill as he coasts then downhill into the corner. saving a lot of fuel right there. That's you know, a good couple hundred yards of fuel saved.
Like I said, we still got 7 laps to go now, I think, or 6.5 now. But I mean, still such a long way to go. As you can see, Banks a little bit behind him, and Ortega as well, not too far. But man, I don't know. This race has just been something else.
Yeah, I have not seen this kind of craziness even with larger fields. This is to think there's only 9 cars out here running on the lead lap, and it could come down to a last lap pass by one of these guys who's running all the way back here about 30 seconds behind.
And what if somebody runs out of fuel, and we know that the final front stretch is up a hill?
Yeah. You just never know. You can't count anybody out in this one here tonight, other than maybe Keith Mayato, who's so far back that I think somebody will get to the line before him. But even Brody Hayes, you never know. If Dennis can't make it on fuel for some reason, Brody is going to be good. He can make it.
The first one now I think we for sure know is good on fuel.
But
he is 44 seconds, though.
45 seconds, and he's also been in the wall.
Yeah, he would have been less than that, but he got him into the wall, so...
He is running
I don't know.
very fast lap times right now.
He's on full save mode now. AJ Servato is 7 seconds ahead. I think Cabot is on full save mode now.
Let's go on board with him. Just very gradually into the corner there.
Yeah, he's short shifting too.
Yep. The Atlas Hair Products number 17
is not saving.
Other than the clutching.
Servato is not saving.
Yeah, other than clutching down into the corner, he's pushing really hard through the gears. I'm very surprised, and I just don't know how he thinks he's going to make it, or he knows he's going to have to pit.
Oh, yeah, you build the gap as much as you can.
It'll still...
We know who's pretty good at fuel saving is Bailey Turner. Juan Pocono on fuel mileage went farther than I think we ever thought anybody can go, and he was able to make it.
Yeah, and he's closed up now to his teammate as Baffert goes off further back, but Baffert's
still moving with no front bumper.
He's the 3rd quickest car on the racetrack, and he's got no front end. I just don't understand, but sometimes you don't have to understand. It's just Ben Baffert, right? He's making that car do what it wants.
Just wheeled it somehow.
Yeah. And Ortega's closed right up to Joshua Banks here. This could be a battle for 4th, but Baffert, look at him slide the back end there. He doesn't have much front downforce, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we're coming to 5 laps to go here. Man, that car is definitely not handling well with no front bumper, I can tell you.
I guess he's got nothing to lose here.
Oh, India Servato is really clutching it going into Canada corner, let me tell you. He just clutched it all the way about mid-straightaway. He built enough of a gap that he has 8 seconds. Does he start super saving now? And Bailey Turner is, Cabot is dropping back to these guys. He's full save mode. I love fuel mileage races, let me tell you.
Strategy is one of my favorite things about racing, and these guys have put on some great strategy races this season. Like, there have been a lot where it's come down to, do you save early in the run? When do you pit? And how much fuel can you save? I mean, we've seen all of it, you know, throughout the first 15 races this season. Can't believe we're so close to the end. And here we go.
Bailey Turner, the points leader, trying to build that gap. His second place, the guy right behind him, Keith Mayato, in points, is running 9th. He's way ahead of him in points now. If he was to finish in 2nd, he'll pass the 17, his teammate Adam Cabot. Bailey Turner goes up to 2nd. Can he run down 10.5 seconds on his teammate AJ Servato?
Seems like a tall task with 5 laps to go, but AJ may have to... AJ might have to save like 5 seconds of fuel on the last lap to just make it.
He just might.
And that could be the difference. Bailey has been pretty good, pretty smooth and consistent. He's been about a second or 2 off of AJ's time.
All 5 of these cars. I mean, look at that. They're almost separated by maybe a 1.5 seconds. And there goes Banks diving it to driver's left of Adam Cabot. He's going to dive in. He's going to miss the corner. Make Turner miss up. And here comes Baffert and Ortega. They're going to go 3 wide into Corvette corner. And they'll muscle their way through. Banks keeps up in the 4th position. Ortega keeps 5th, and Baffert right on the bumper in 6th.
Wow, I can't believe they survived that. There was about an inch between Ortega and Baffert.
Baffert cannot bump anybody. Look at what he's exposed on the front end of that race car. And he'll dive under Ortega, and he'll get the spot. Like I said, one bad bump, Baffert, if any bump, to any car in front of him. Baffert could push in the radiator and overheat that engine.
And if he wins this thing somehow, I want that diecast.
You got to get that, yeah.
We got to get that diecast made, custom made. Here we go into the kink. It is nose to
He's
tail
all
amongst
over
these.
Banks.
Yeah, wow. He's gonna
And
make a
there he
move.
goes.
And Cabot right there
Oh,
alongside.
He's pinning Banks. He's using Banks as a pick there. He's gonna wheel hop it. He'll get the 2-for-1 in the Canada corner. Baffert up to third. Cabot down to fourth. Turner trying to run away in second. AJ Stravado up 12, 13 seconds over his teammate. Isn't enough. He passes pit road again. 4 laps to go from Road America.
So I'm looking at it. I mean, the minimum time he'll have to be on pit road if he pits is about 35 seconds. You know, he'll make a 4-second pit stop or whatever, but total time was.
Word to pit, he would come out behind Dennis Faircloth, who's 32 seconds behind.
Yeah, that's the thing. So.
And there goes Baffert underneath Turner. And there goes Banks underneath Cabot.
I wonder if these guys are just racing it up.
Oh, they're in a four bang.
Knowing that they are gonna have to pit, so they're just trying to get the positions they can before they make that stop.
I think Ortega's coming down pit road. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's brought it in.
And Faircloth goes by.
32 seconds behind your race leader, AJ Stravado. If it cycles out.
Quick splash and go. There goes Hayes right on by through pit road. Ortega's up and away. Stravado 13 seconds ahead of Ben Baffert, Bailey Turner, Adam Cabot, and Joshua Banks. Banks got by Cabot into turn 3. Banks up to 4. Cabot back down to 5th. Get Cabot trying to save enough fuel.
And AJ is starting.
Save enough.
Yeah, he is starting to save here. You can see he just lost 2 or 3 tenths to Ben Baffert in that last
Baffert
corner.
is on full push mode.
Yeah, I don't think any of these guys can make it. I just don't think it's possible.
Oh man, it's gonna be so close. Honestly, they are on the edge. It's a 4-mile road course. We are on the edge here, and we are coming to 3 laps to go, where we know the tanks are gonna be they're gonna be on empty, about running on fumes.
Yeah, this is gonna come down to the last stretch on the last straightaway there. I don't know who is gonna win this thing. It could be any of the drivers in this field.
It's looking like he can win this, but does he have enough fuel? We feel like he's pushed the hardest. You know, has he overstepped is the question on fuel. He is absolutely clutching into the corner, short shifting down gears, short shifting back up gears, all by himself. 13.5 seconds is the gap. Can the Italian Stallion do it tonight?
He
3 laps to
bypasses,
go.
yeah, bypasses pit road. So just going to be 3 laps to go. He'll have to make the stop in the next 3 laps. If he can't make it, I just don't see it being possible with how hard he's pushed the car. But he could surprise us here tonight. How about Ben Baffert?
He runs out of fuel. Yeah, I mean, look who's second.
Yeah, and I don't think Ben can make it either. Honestly, he's lost all this time because of accidents, really. But he's really clutching right now down into turn 1. And the aerodynamics not helping him with the fuel mileage on that race car, I don't think.
Dang sure.
He does get nice airflow, though, so he might be getting a nice air-to-fuel
He's
ratio.
cooling it down and cooling down those brakes.
I'm not sure if iRacing has factored all that in. Oh, Cabot
I doubt it.
back
Oh,
in,
man.
steps out.
Talked about AJ Stravado, 14 seconds ahead of Ben Baffert. Can it be enough for the Italian Stallion AJ Stravado all by himself? Does he have enough fuel? We're coming to 2 to go. He's got about, I would say, about 10.5 miles to go, though.
Ben has just lost a second right there. I don't know what happened. He's definitely on super save at this point as well. I think Cabot has been saving.
He has been.
Potentially at the perfect rate, though, because he is letting these guys go. He's not even trying to chase them back down.
Might come down to everybody coasting to the line.
Dennis Faircloth is
Unless Stravado
15 seconds
gone.
behind Cabot.
Yeah, 14 seconds, yeah, about.
And he is, yeah, he is, you know, starting to get to the edge of where if Stravado even pits.
Stravado up into the grass. Doing a great job, though. Does he have enough in the tank is the question.
He's coasting, right? Oh, no, not coasting. He's on the clutch pretty early, and then he downshifts.
Does he feel like he has enough fuel?
I think he might be bringing it in this time. He's not saving at all right now. There is no way. He's gone an extra lap over Cabot and Faircloth and those guys. And
Nah,
he's going to go by.
He's staying. Like we said, he's got a 14-second lead. Isn't enough. 2 laps to go. In the air, 2 to go. 8 miles for AJ Stravato. Does he have enough fuel? He's 13 seconds ahead, clutching early at the pit wall, letting off downshifting and then short shifting out of the corners. 13 and a half seconds of room to clutch and coast. Can he do it is the question.
That is the question. Ben Baffert has separated himself for second. Nobody around him. And Cabot is not saving anymore. I think he's picked it back up now. He knows he can make it. So I think he, you know, these top 4, if they have to stop or if they run out, going to fall right into his lap because he's still 14 seconds ahead of Dennis Faircloth, and it has not worked out as well as we expected for Dennis. He's lost 20 seconds here, you know, over the last 6 or 7 laps, and he's struggling with the handling too.
And what does Turner and Banks do? These guys are going at it. Cabot's starting to close into the battle as well. Turner fakes down to defend driver's left. Banks peeks down, won't do anything, gets up to the back of Turner, almost gives him a little shove. Here comes Cabot right behind him.
Looking at lap times alone, fastest cars, the top 2, other than Brody Hayes, who's running the fastest laps of the race pretty much. He's faster than anybody's run all night, but he is too far back. He's about 2 seconds from Dennis Faircloth, which is incredible, since he was about 15 or 16 seconds behind him. But Stravato
all by himself.
Lifting through the kink, which is not what you want to do usually, but he has to at this point. And then 15 seconds back is Ben Baffert, who's also probably going to be lifting through the kink. And further back, these guys, they've started to push it here, I think.
Stravato clutching so far into the corners. Like I said, a 14 and a half second lead now. Through the S's, and behind them, Turner, Banks, and Cabot doing, you know, they're close to each other, but not anything going on there. Up the hill for the final time, Stravato
He's going to stay out.
Does he have enough fuel? A 15 and a half second lead. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go around at Road America. 4 miles to go for Stravato. Can he do it? The battle for third rages on. Turner misses the corner. Banks gets a shove from Cabot. Now they'll be side by side. Can Cabot get 1? Can he get 2 into turn 1? Up the hill. They'll cross the line and get 1 to go.
But AJ Stravato, this would be his 2nd win at this racetrack, his 2nd win of the season. Can he bring it home here? He's got most of the lap yet to go, about 3/4 of a lap, 3 miles out in front of him. That's all he needs. Probably, what, 3/4 of a gallon of gas at
Just
most. Once he gets to the front straightaway, he can pretty much coast, even though it's uphill. He's got 16 seconds to burn.
Yeah, and now Banks off the corner is defending for his life over Adam Cabot. He throws a block on Cabot. Cabot shifts to the right. Bailey Turner right behind them. Just about a car length or 2 back. Cabot hard under the brakes. Banks hard under the brakes. Banks misses the corner.
Oh, he's going to slide.
Oh, and he saves it, but he'll lose a position to Bailey Turner and Adam Cabot. Now through the carousel, AJ Stravato, can he coast? Barely on the gas through the as Brody Hayes takes 6th away from Dennis Faircloth. Adam Cabot up to 3rd, Baffert to 2nd. Bailey Turner hot on pursuit of the 17, but through the short chute for the final time, AJ Stravato. Does he have enough fuel through Canada corner for the final time? He'll knock it down a few gears. 17 seconds over his competitors.
Wow.
Through Canada corner. Now through the S's for the final time. Does he have enough fuel? Looks like he will. He can coast to the end. AJ Stravato through 13, through turn 14, and off to the final stretch of the night. The Italian Stallion is back. He won in Vegas, and now he'll get a 2nd win, and it comes at Road America. AJ Stravato wins at Road America.
How did he do that? I have no idea how he just saved that much fuel. But what a victory for AJ Stravato. The battle for 3rd going to come to the front stretch here, and it's going to be Adam Cabot holding off his teammate. But how about Ben Baffert recovering? No nose on the race car. He'll finish 2nd. Cabot comes home in 3rd to complete the podium here tonight. Bailey Turner only going to lose a few points to his closest competitors in the standings. And Joshua Banks comes home with the top 5. He's coasting, so.
And he should have no problem getting there. And looks like Faircloth out the final corner. He's getting up to the line. Ortega and Keith Mayato gets 9th, which will definitely knock him back. Bailey Turner should build his points lead, I can tell you that.
Yeah, incredible stuff here. Cabot
Yeah,
will
Shimano
gain.
is not out of fuel.
Yeah, I think he is now, but he had enough. It's crazy. Dennis Faircloth was actually out as well across the line back there, so he must have been burning a lot of fuel. Just the way, the shift points and everything probably. Some drivers burn more than others. AJ.
What a race! Oh, he's got to do a burnout. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and AJ, one of those drivers, he's got a lot of road racing experience, and it's obviously paid off here tonight as he takes the victory at Road America, his 2nd victory at this racetrack, 2nd victory of the season, and puts himself right back in the championship hunt to try and get his 2nd championship as well. We'll be right back to interview him and the top 3 after a quick commercial break. We are back. All right, and we're back with your top 3 finishers here tonight. We're going to be pulling in 3rd place finisher Adam Cabot first, and Alec, I believe you're with him.
Hey, hold on, I gotta get him. There he is. Adam Cabot. Alec Martinez, Adam Baker in the VSPEED booth. Got a copy?
I do.
Well, buddy, you came close. A chaotic mid-part of the race after the restart of the 2nd stage, beating and banging the entire time, and still having a battle with Bailey Turner and Ben Baffert at the end of it, and Joshua Banks. How was it out there?
You asked before the race if this is going to be one of those races where someone just runs off with it, or if it's going to be action-packed the whole time. I guess that answers the question. That was maybe the weirdest race I've ever been a part of. I still don't even really know what to say about that, but yeah, I definitely had everyone covered on pace, so it's really disappointing to not win because I don't think I've ever showed up at a road course and had like multiple tenths on the fields. So that sucks, but the whole strategy got flipped on its back there when that stage caution, which kind of sucks that we even have one in the first place, especially when like it turned the entire last stage into a fuel mileage race. But that caution just went on for like 4 laps. And at that point, everyone had saved so much. I'm like, they might be able to make it. So had to come in again and basically start at the back. and then I don't know, everyone just started crashing. So I just kind of weaved my way through that and got back up to the lead, and then I realized that like it was really weird looking at the fuel numbers. At first, it looked like we could make it, then it looked like we couldn't. So I'm realizing I'm gonna have to save a lot and trying to save fuel. Like clearly, AJ's got the field covered on that. Congrats to him. But like trying to save fuel at a road course is not easy, and that's kind of why you saw a lot of people going off the track there. And then I don't know, when Bailey got a run on me, he got that run because I was saving fuel, and I thought he was saving fuel too. And I realized in the front stretch, I'm like, wait, I don't want him to get this bonus point since we're fighting for a championship. So I gassed it up and was going to try to stay out in front of him. And then we kind of just got together and I looped it there. I haven't seen a replay, but yeah, it was just, I guess I could go on and on. It was a very eventful race. I mean, somehow I took left side tires at one point. That was not on purpose. I don't know. Very sloppy, weird race, but definitely promising to have that much speed in a road course, I guess.
Well, it's always good to have speed on a road course. Now, next week, I got to ask you, we shift our focus. You're now only 5 points behind your teammate Bailey Turner for the championship. Going into Martinsville, there's still 5 drivers, I would say, within 17 points of each other. Martinsville, we know it's possible there. We've seen tonight how physical it can get. How are you expecting Martinsville to go next week?
Your guess is as good as mine, honestly. Bailey's really, really good at Martinsville, so I expect him to be strong there and maybe be the strongest car on pace. But I mean, honestly, if I executed tonight and was prepared for that much, that many caution laps, I should have, be pretty much tied with him in points, or maybe even a little bit ahead of him. So, yeah, just need to make fewer mistakes. And Martinsville, I mean, I have no idea what to expect of Martinsville in this car. So we'll just have to wait and see.
We know Martinsville is notorious for the bump and run. If it came down to it, do you bump your teammate out of the way?
You know what? That depends on what I see in this replay. No, I'm kidding, sort of. But yeah, Ben, like I said last week, Ben showed me how hard you have to hit someone to move someone. So, and I also accidentally ran to the back of Banks really hard, and it just actually shot him past Bailey towards the end of the race there. I don't know if you guys caught that. So.
Yeah, just the end. Or at least
yeah, that was pretty crazy. So again, I'm learning that if we're gonna have to move someone in Martinsville, which I guess is what they found in real life, you're gonna have to really drive it on in there. So, yeah, if this was real life, we might be all under concussion protocol next week.
Yeah, that's definitely a very big possibility. But well, again, congrats on 3rd place. Now I got to ask you before we let you go. Again, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and as well, I got to ask. Anybody want to give a shout out to before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Yeah, shout out to everyone who watches my races and all my teammates, you guys at VSPEED, BTDY. I'm going to enjoy the last 5 races of the Cup car since apparently it's switching next season. So try to end off the season on a fun note, and it'll be fun to battle my teammate Bailey Turner coming to the end here.
Heck yeah. Well, again, congratulations on 3rd. Again, happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week at Martinsville.
All right, thanks, Alec.
I see it.
That was Adam Cabot, 3rd place finisher here tonight. I started on the pole, led 8 laps. We're going to go now to 2nd place finisher. That is Ben Bafford. Ben, this is Adam and Alec at the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
We do indeed have a copy.
Hey, man, well, no front bumper. I guess no problem. You come home after a chaotic second half of this race. You finish in the 2nd spot. Just describe everything that happened from your perspective and tracking those guys back down and ultimately finishing runner-up.
Well, the initial plan was to pit before the stage, and then the caution ran way too long, and we can only make it 15 laps on fuel, so I had to completely save everything I had because of the long caution. And then I go on out there and wrecked Brody. I really do apologize to him because I absolutely destroyed him trying to save some fuel, and then I popped it out of gear and then killed him. So big apologies to him. But I did wreck. I popped the clutch and then it spun out and I slammed the wall, got a meatball, got it cleared, and somehow the car wasn't destroyed. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you looked at the front end. I'm sure you've gotten out of the car by now and taken a look at it, but the no nose on that thing, it's a pretty wild sight, but it was cool to see you tracking them down even with a car that was missing the whole front end on there. But
yeah.
Next week might be a similar result. We're going to Martinsville. You might have to beat the bumpers off of them there. But how do you feel about going out there after tonight's race?
Hopefully we can get a good field, have a fun race. Hopefully not too many cautions. I don't think I'm too terrible at Martinsville. I know Bailey's really good, so we'll see.
Yeah, you're putting yourself right back up there in the fight. You gain a couple points on Bailey here this evening, and it should be, achievable to get up there and fight for the championship this
Yes.
season. But
Minus 17, just so you are aware.
-17.
yeah, so chipping away at it. You got 4 more races to go after tonight to get up there and fight for it. But second place finish tonight at Road America. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to Brody. He was super duper fast, and I destroyed him. So he deserved it.
All right, Ben. Well,
Didn't deserve to. No, he didn't
yeah,
deserve to get wrecked. But yeah. He knows what I mean.
it took me a second to figure out that's what you meant, but I get it.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving, man. Congrats on runner up here tonight in a wild race, and we'll catch you next week at Martinsville.
Absolutely.
All right, Ben Bafford, the
Man,
Baff.
Man, Ben's really trying to get himself wrecked at Martinsville.
Yeah, I guess so. And we're going to bring in the race winner here tonight. That is AJ Stravato. Alec, I believe you're with him.
I am race winner, the Italian stallion, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, number 1. 20 years old, AJ Stravato. Finally gets a second win of the season. AJ, you do it on fuel mileage. How you feeling?
Good. I can't complain. I won by 20 seconds. I can't complain. But that was fun. The start of the race, I had no idea what I was doing, so I was just learning the blind, then just getting the braking points down. I came in here with really no practice. I was out on a birthday dinner, so it just used the first half of the race, and then the second half became a fuel mileage race, to be quite honest with you. And I guess one good thing about doing a lot of road racing and endurance racing is you learn how to fuel save and maintain pace. So I was able to kind of figure out the line a little bit, and then learn where to brake and how far I could clutch it. And I actually had a good amount of fuel at the end. If I didn't push that last lap just to see what the car felt like, I think I could have maybe stretched out another lap. But just glad to see that endurance racing pay off and get a win on my birthday. That's pretty cool. I'll take that.
Heck yeah. Well, again, great to hear it. The win puts you in retrospect a chance at a championship. You're minus 44 behind your teammate who's points leader Bailey Turner. It's not an unachievable gap. Do you think there's a possibility as we go into Martinsville next week to make up that gap somehow, some way?
And I think we have like 20-ish, 25 cars generally that show up to Oval, so it'll be tough, definitely for sure. But I'll definitely give it my best effort. I'd win, not over until the last race. Lots of points are tallied, so that's my mindset in every race I go into. So just do my best and see what happens from there. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
For sure. And I got to ask you, how are we feeling for Martinsville? This is crazy, beating and banging. How do we feel about Martinsville now that we'll probably have a little more cars show up, and it'll probably be under the lights, so that'll make it interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We just were at Martinsville for Mooncar, man. That was a blast.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, we can have a similar fun time, just without a little less beef. So that was yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not the best at Martinsville in the stock cars, but I'm always up for a challenge. So look forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, again, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, number 1. But we also want to, again, before we let you go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? And as well, a happy birthday.
Thank you. Just all my teammates for making this a fun time. All my buddies who watch. Everybody wish me a happy birthday, I guess. All my teammates, the Sad Boys, Ecstasy Sports, VSPEED, and all the league admins that make this happen. They put in a good amount of effort and a good amount of time, and this is always a good time on Tuesday night. So
absolutely. Well, again, happy birthday, happy Thanksgiving to everybody in your family and yourself. So again, celebrate, and we'll see you next week out at the Paperclip at Martinsville.
yes, sir.
All righty.
Great job, AJ. All right.
How about it? What a race! That was awesome. Just beating and banging, fuel mileage. Even though the winner won by 20 seconds, it didn't really feel like it because you never know if he was going to run out of fuel or not. And I got confirmation he had 0.2 gallons left in the tank when they calculated to come into the line. So pretty much
Yeah.
on fumes at the end of it. And man, what an awesome race tonight. These boys never failed to disappoint. And man, next week we go to the half mile of mayhem, the paperclip, if you so will, out at Martinsville. I don't think anybody can do the Chastain next week. I think that is
Yeah.
against the rules. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think we'll see anybody use the Chastain, but it's always a possibility, right?
Yeah, definitely a possibility.
It's
I
going
mean,
to be wild next week.
some of these guys who need to make up some points, they might get desperate there on the last couple laps. But I would think that the admins see it. They're gonna.
If I'm not going to like it too much.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Unless it's absolutely insane epic, then.
Yeah, they would probably throw the penalty on whoever does it. But just a fun fact: AJ Stravado did have the fastest lap of the race, and it came on the last lap of the race. So he definitely had the pace to win here. Obviously, found good speed and was very, very good with the fuel savings. Able to hold on and win here by 19.9 seconds over Ben Baffert, who comes home with no front bumper.
Second.
In second place, and only 5 lead changes tonight, but man, there's probably a few that weren't recorded when we had all those spins off the racetrack in the second half of this race. But what a night, what a battle, and AJ Stravado takes the victory here. Baffert comes home second. Adam Cabot finishes in the third position. Bailey Turner will come home fourth. Fifth tonight was Joshua Banks. Sixth is Brody Hayes. Seventh was Dennis Faircloth. Eighth, Reggie Ortega. Ninth is Keith Mayato, and rounding out the top 10 is going to be Yusuf Ghali. In 11th, it was Chris Samard. Billy Nelson in 12th, and Dallas Sullivan with the early exit comes home in the 13th position here at Road America. Man, the Martin Sports 100. This is a race that we are going to remember for a long time, and AJ Stravado is going to remember the race he got, the win on his birthday, and what a victory for him. 2 wins on the season, all-time wins leader here in the league, and he just adds another one to that tally. So.
Italian Stallion. They don't call me Italian Stallion for nothing. I mean, no matter what, if we look at it, no matter, like you said, even though AJ's down by 44, he said he's not out. And I love that mentality because honestly, AJ reminds me of a person that can go out and find a way to win 5 races in a row and somehow get a championship. 44 points is tough, but it's always possible, right? I think from Joshua Banks on down, it's probably it. AJ would probably have to win the next 4 races to have a shot. But I'll tell you, man, I mean, 17 points deciding between first and fifth. I mean, with 4 races to go, that is plenty of races to make up that many points. All it takes is Bailey Turner getting it. If he gets in an incident next week at either Martinsville, Bristol, or heck, even do we go to Darlington this year?
I'm taking a look at the schedule here. It looks like
I really hope we do. If not, I know we do next year. But even then, I mean. Nashville. That is the track. Nashville Super Speedway. Bailey Turner is a Tennessee native. So, born in California, currently living in Tennessee. So that is he's a big Nashville guy, I've heard. So he's always, I've heard he's had some fun times on Broadway. And why not have a virtual fun time at Broadway, well, so to speak, at Nashville Super Speedway. So we've got a lot of good races coming up that I think are going to be interesting. Martinsville, man, that's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. I urge everybody to tune into that one. That's going to be fun. But right now, I mean, we've ended it and we're on Thanksgiving week. And just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And it was told by some people today, be thankful for everything that you have. Thank you. Just thankful for you having me up here, Adam. And thankful for everybody letting me do this. And thankful to all of you guys watching. Wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, and all those who do watch a happy Thanksgiving. And to you, Adam, to yourself and your family, a happy Thanksgiving, and just to be thankful for what we have. This is so fun. So looking forward to next week, and looking forward to this week. Enjoying some great Thanksgiving food with the family, and watching some Thanksgiving football. It's always great.
Yeah, it's such a great time, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well. And thank you for doing this with me. It's a lot of fun. You make it more exciting than I could ever make it myself. So I appreciate you every week.
That.
And
Thank you.
and
that we only got only 4 more weeks to do it next. But I'm looking forward to working with Bradley next year. And for any of those who don't know Bradley, he does the Monday Night Series for the Contender Series. And next year, I know Adam's going to be taking a step back, but he might join us a few times. Heck, I heard he might even race. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, looking forward to working with Bradley. And again, I'm going to enjoy these next 4 weeks with you, Adam. And hope all of you stick with us because it's going to be a fun next 4 weeks to decide a champion.
Yeah, it's going to be very entertaining as it has been all season long. And we do want to thank you for tuning in tonight here on VSPEED to the Martin Sports 100. Thanks to Martin Sports and Below the Double Yellow for allowing us to put these races on. Celebrate with your families this week if you're here in the U.S. If you're not, well, I guess we will catch you next week. But we will be back on Monday night with the Martinsville race for the Contender Series. And we will also have the Martinsville race in the Premier Series to continue the chase for the championship next Tuesday night. So tune in for either one of those. We're off from the BMW Car Club of America Thursday night series. Those will come back in January. You'll see those return with a new face and new voice commentating in that one as well. But thank you again.
Yeah, doing that.
It's a little bit of a
It's gonna
surprise.
be a little bit of a surprise. That's gonna be great.
Yeah. It's a familiar voice to those in the road racing community. I can say that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we will.
Right. You might have to introduce me to him, but yeah.
Yeah, I will. I will do that for you here very soon.
I appreciate that.
Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Hope you have a great night, and we will catch you all soon.